Today's video is a touchy one. I'm going to be reacting to one of the most disturbing videos ever published on jw.org. It's about a Jehovah's Witness couple whose adult son decides to leave the religion, which of course results in automatic disfellowshipping. And if you're not familiar with what that means, Jehovah's Witnesses strictly forbid active members from speaking to disfellowshipped ones, even when those disfellowshipped people are your sons. Active members are forced to shun disfellowshipped ex-members, whether they want to or not. If they refuse, if they show compassion, they too risk punishment. For decades, this brutal shunning policy has torn families apart, separating parents from children, husbands from wives. And this jw.org video somehow tries to make that look normal. Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
My name is Gabriella. Ben and I have always enjoyed attending the meetings. But lately, it's been difficult. Something was missing. Our son.
Now pay close attention to the next 4 scenes because they tell a story, but not the story the Watchtower thinks they do.
It was like watching a movie of someone else's family. I couldn't believe this was happening to us.
Notice the editorial decisions made by the Watchtower Society when they produced this film. The son is always made to appear irrational and hot-headed, but we never get to hear his side. The story is presented exclusively through the Jehovah's Witness lens, where anyone who rejects Watchtower instruction is worldly and bad. But I'd love to hear the son's point of view about why he decided to stop going to the Kingdom Hall. Then again, we know the organization would never allow that to happen. But did you notice how instead of listening to their son and trying to understand his perspective, the parents just kept thumping the Watchtower until the son decided to leave? Let's go through those scenes one more time. Here we see the son walking in, and he just wants to go upstairs because he already knows how the conversation is going to go with his parents. And in order to avoid the inevitable confrontation, he just makes a beeline for his bedroom. In the next scene, we see his parents have confronted him in his bedroom. His father is practically sitting in his lap, presumably telling him to come back to the meetings. Now we see them at the dinner table. The Watchtowers are out, the tablet is open, and Dad's got the big Watchtower playbook out. This is a one-way conversation. The parents are talking at their son, not to him. They don't give a damn about how he sees things. The only thing they care about is him seeing things their way again. Here's the son on the sofa, and he's got mom and dad in his lap again, talking at him, not to him. And he finally has enough and decides to leave. Good for him. I think it's important to mention the son didn't abandon his parents. He simply decided that being a Jehovah's Witness wasn't working for him. And his parents couldn't handle that. He never said, "I hate you, Mom, I hate you, Dad." He just said he didn't want to go to the Kingdom Hall anymore. So why are these brainwashed lunatics crying like their son just betrayed them in the most unforgivable way? Especially since they were the ones who pushed him out of the house. Because in the world of a Jehovah's Witness, if you turn your back on the religion, you turn your back on Jehovah himself. And the Jehovah's Witness members have to turn their backs on you, even if you are family.
Our son Levi was no longer one of Jehovah's Witnesses. The elders and friends in the congregation were so supportive and understanding. Many of them watched Levi grow up, give his first talk, get baptized.
And that's exactly why you shouldn't baptize children. They're too young to understand the seriousness of the decision they're making. And they're only getting baptized because their parents expect them to. But then when they get older and figure out that they don't want anything to do with this religion, they get disfellowshipped and shunned and lose their family.
I was so torn. I was disappointed in Levi for leaving Jehovah, but I was more disappointed in myself. I felt like we failed him somehow. I kept wondering how he was doing. Was he okay? Then, as hard as the past few weeks had been, it just got harder. I knew what the Bible said about quit mixing in company with anyone who is not living according to Christian standards, but I never thought that scripture would one day apply to me.
This scene disturbs me. Here this woman is crying over her son, sitting on his bed, looking at his old pictures. And right at that moment, the son reaches out like an answer to her prayers, and the mother shuns him. That mother just shunned the answer to her prayers. She just sacrificed her son at the altar of a false religion, one that has wrongly predicted the end of the world at least a half a dozen times. And by the way, let's look at what the message said. Here we see multiple heart emojis, meaning I love you, Mom. Then we see multiple food emojis and a time of 12 noon. In other words, I love you, Mom, let's meet for lunch. And the mother shuns him. Do the Jehovah's Witnesses even realize how bad this makes them look? So now they're going to try and fail to bend the scriptures to justify their cruelty.
Later that evening, a brother was talking about the example of Korah's sons. Jehovah confirmed that he was using Moses to lead his people, not Korah. When the people were told to move away from the rebels' tents, what would Korah's sons do? Would they put loyalty to family ahead of loyalty to Jehovah? The Bible tells us that his sons remained loyal to Jehovah and were blessed for it.
And this is what the Jehovah's Witnesses always do. They take scriptures out of context and apply them to situations that they absolutely don't apply to. The story of Korah has nothing to do with a young person questioning his faith. Twisting that account to justify parents shunning their own son isn't loyalty to God. It's spiritual manipulation that weaponizes scripture against family love.
That night, after the meeting, I told Ben about the text I received from Levi. I told him everything. How I miss Levi so much, but that I also wanted to be loyal to Jehovah, like Korah's sons. Ben admitted that he too had been struggling with feelings like mine. But then he said something that I hadn't thought of. If we were to stand between Levi and the discipline he needs, we would in effect be blocking an expression of Jehovah's love from reaching him. In fact, it's our very loyalty to Jehovah that could save his life. We agreed to continue to put our trust in Jehovah and stay loyal to him. If we were to stand between Levi and the discipline he needs, we would in effect be blocking an expression of Jehovah's love from reaching him.
This is the most Orwellian doublespeak I've heard in a long time. When the mother says, if we were to stand between Levi and the discipline he needs, she's really saying, this is what our religion tells us to do, so we're doing it. We're putting our religion over our son. But then to call it an expression of Jehovah's love is beyond doublespeak. That's like saying war is peace, famine is plenty. This is what the Jehovah's Witnesses cult does best. From day one, they make their members believe that their sacred duty is to convert people to their religion. And shunning their child is nothing more than a shameless attempt to manipulate him back into the religion. Because as a Jehovah's Witness, your sole priority is serving your religion, and everything in your life, including your children, comes second.
It's been 5 years now, and while Levi still hasn't returned to Jehovah, I haven't given up hope on him. Until that day, I'm staying busy as a regular pioneer and focusing my energies on helping others learn about Jehovah. I've come to experience firsthand the truth of Psalm 97:10. Jehovah really does guard his loyal ones.
Any parents watching this, can you imagine going 5 years without seeing or speaking to your children? Especially when your children tried to reach out to you, but you rejected them in the name of your religion, and then justified it by convincing yourself that it was somehow an act of love. This is why I spend a lot of time attacking Jehovah's Witnesses. It's not just a disagreement over theology. The Jehovah's Witnesses are dangerous, and they've destroyed countless families with their harmful shunning practice. So let me be crystal clear. Shunning is not an act of love.